now. All right. Okay. I want to specially apologize for that little interruption. I don't know what happened. The internet has just decided to fumble with us today. I'm so sorry. Please don't go anywhere. Come back here. Take your seat. Do not go anywhere. Come back here, please. Grab your popcorn. We haven't even started. Huh? We haven't started, so you can't go anywhere, okay? All right. So back to my question, family dynamic. So I was saying the other time that I nothing prepared me for hair making before traveling down. I got here and saw that it was a tough one for me. I don't even know whether it was the Holy Spirit that rested upon me. I don't know where that thing came from. But someone told me something which was very key. That person said that thing has always been there, just that you didn't discover it all that time. And I grabbed that seriously. So today now, if any hairstylist fumbles, I can always ask my daughter to come and I'll quickly do something little. It may not be perfect, but I can do something little. And there are a lot of family dynamics. Back in Africa, we have our time. We have family time. Everyone is home. But it is quite difficult here to have every family member at home at a time, because if mommy is not at work, daddy is either at work. Family dynamics, a lot of things are changing. A lot of things have changed actually, and they are impacting on our children. All right, so let me go to Mrs. Dr. Mrs. Folashade. Do you think relocation is always a negative experience for children, or do you think there can be some positive experiences from there too, some positive
Okay,
outcomes from there too?
thank you. For me, you see, relocation, there's positive aspect and there's negative side of it.
Mm,
We can't overrule the positive one and we can't overrule the negative one because we
sure.
always have both at hand. For the positive one, especially like the first question that was asked, that when the children were coming, do we have to prep them? So most times, many children, especially mine, when they were coming, they saw it as if, okay, we're going somewhere else, because they see traveling as an adventure. Like, we want to just travel, we want to get out, we want to go on plane, and they love it. And because they are used to watching all the movies, cartoon, all these things, they were like, okay, this is where all this thing is happening. We're going to that real place. We're going
You're
abroad,
going to
and
Disney.
we're just going to Disney. We're going here. So
Mm,
they came and they were excited. For them, positively, it's an avenue for them to learn and in an international way. Fine, where we're coming from in Nigeria, most of the schools, if you put your children in private school, most of them their syllabus is international way anyway. So
mm,
not that they were below standard. So coming here as well help them, and which will continue to help them. And then if sometimes when they are trying to pursue a kind of profession,
mm,
coming abroad will help a lot in order to tailor them towards that thing. For instance, my son loves to play ball right from Nigeria.
mm.
And then coming here now is an opportunity for us to be able to put him up in an academy, in a football club. So which help him like that as well. But the negative side, all this preference that we always enjoy in Nigeria, because you're there, that's where you're born, your people know you, they know who you are, they know where you're coming from. So maybe in school they give some children preference, like teacher love this one. My auntie is available for me in this aspect. So
Mm.
coming here, you're alone, you go to your school, the cultural shock is there for them, like
Yeah.
coming into the class, and then the barrier of bullying, the barrier of skin color is there as well when they get into the school. And then the way they have to team up into having their own friends. I have two children. One is able to mix up immediately and get friend. The other
Mm,
one will look well before she's able to form or get someone to be her friend, and when she has friend, she has friend.
mm,
So they all have their own way of developing. So to some, But for me, I'll say the positive aspect is higher than the negative one, because as the negative is coming, you keep tackling it gradually. You keep teaching them this is how they live here, this is what they do here. For instance, in Nigeria, most of us we put our children in schools and then we pick them up in the afternoon. Uh, Even if you don't have time, maybe one of your friend will pick them up. Maybe driver will go and carry them from school. But when we got here, we discovered that there's a particular school close to the house that they have to drive, walk like 15 minutes walk every day, which has never happened. Even if your house is close to school in Nigeria, sometimes we don't walk.
Mm-hmm.
So, and during winter, and rain, you still have to go. Either it's raining, either it's winter or it's anything. You still have to walk down to the school for 15 minutes and you'll still be shivering. So those
Mm.
are the things they'll be like, oh, what's happening now? Oh, I have to walk down to school for 15 minutes. I have to do this. The first time they love it, like they have the opportunity of walking around. But later on, it will get to them like, oh, this thing is stressful. This thing is tiring. So we have negative and positive side of it, and
Mm.
which will still continue
Mm.
till even those who have spent 25 years, 30 years, yeah, they still see the negative aspects. It depends on the way we're looking into it, and whatever negative comes up, the way you are able to navigate around and turn it around into positive.
Yeah.
So,
Uh, yeah, thank you. And one of the negative things we hear, we hear things like, oh, abroad children are very useless, very disrespectful. The moment you take your child abroad, your child will change and all that. Those are some of the negative things that we see here. It
Yeah.
is well. All right, let me ask you this, Pastor Ayo, right? Change can leave a lasting effect on any child. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
change will always as in it can leave a lasting impact on a child's sense of identity. It can mar a
Mm,
child's sense of stability, right? So
mm.
it hits differently per child. It hits differently with every child, right? So did relocation take any emotional toll on your child, on your daughter? I mean, did it affect did it in any way affect our sense of stability, our sense of identity? Did it trigger anything like, anxiety, like loss of interest, loss of confidence? I'm just giving you some cues.
Yeah. Anyways, a whole lot, a big deal, a very big deal for her initially. How and why? She got on her school here. I think her very first week was a whole lot of struggle for her, and
Mm,
even for the parents, for we the parents. Why? Because when she resumed school, her first day at school, honestly, I was on the lookout. I just kept an eye on her
yeah.
personally, aside what the mother did. I was
Mm,
just looking at the outlook of her emotional reaction to that.
mm,
And honestly, what I looked out for was exactly what I got. And what was that? Now, to be specific, she was, let me use the word carefully. She was somehow, she somehow dichotomized between you understand? Now look at me.
mm.
Her
I can
skin
see you.
and the skin of everybody in the class. I'm just being careful with my choice of words. Now, you know,
Yeah.
now, she had to tell me that because after much pressure, I could see in her that she wasn't in for that. She was not kind of happy to go the following day. So I had
Mm.
to, you understand, intervene, and I asked her series of questions. I brought myself to her level, you understand, and she opened up. You know what she said? She said, my dad, it's just only two people. it's
Oh.
just only it's just only two people that are from Nigeria. Oh. The
Mm.
rest, I'm telling you, it was
Even
a
so,
big
Nigerians.
meeting. But the rest of them are just. I now said, you know what? You are just getting on. You are going to, you get to know them. You get to know them.
Mm.
It's just going to take some time. Okay. Do you understand what they are saying? She said, no. Do you understand? That was the first week. But this same young woman is Within 1 month, came back to tell. That was the negative aspect of it. That now the positivity is that she came back and she was now competing the tongue with me and the mom. That oh yeah, can you see now? Oh yeah, speak like a Liverpoolian. Speak like a this. We're not struggling with that. I'm telling you. So it was all fun, in the end.
Mm,
Within 1 month, because we encouraged her to go in back there and listen up and try to
mm,
cope. Okay, and it worked. Yeah.
Fantastic. So I remember that, I have two kids too. My
Yeah.
son used to be the very shy one.
Hmm.
He used to be the one that doesn't want to be seen out there. And my daughter,
Hmm.
on the other hand, was the opposite. She's full of
Yeah.
confidence. She's everywhere talking. She's happy, right? When we got here too, the opposite happened.
Yeah.
My son, my son that used to be the shy one became overconfident. As in under a few weeks, he became very, as in full of confidence, full of life. And my daughter, on the other hand, her confidence level started dropping. And I was like, what's going on? Do you understand? My daughter's confidence started, the level started dropping, and we had to
Dropping.
step in.
Well,
Now, that leads me to another question I'm going to ask you, actually, Pastor Ayo. What
all
warning
right, bro.
signs? You said you started watching out for your daughter when she went to school, the first week of school. What warning
Yeah.
signs did you look out for? Did you understand?
Yeah.
Do you understand the question? What did you look out
Yeah.
for? Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, the warning signs, of course, I have worked with the Directorate of Teenagers in the Redeemed Christian Church before I graduated to another level, way
Mm,
back, way, way back. So I have come to know the psychology of these adolescents. So that
mm,
helped me a great deal. It helped me. The warning signs, number one, it's the psych I mean sorry the how do I put it now? Okay, the there is a way every child reacts to external stimuli. That's it.
yeah.
Now,
Irritability.
when you understand, so when your child is the kind of child who comes back from school normally,
Mm,
from the doorpost, except if you are not home. But if I'm home, from the doorpost, she's this kind of playful. Dad, I'm back. Dad, come and come and hug me. That's her for you. Dad, I'm back. Then I looked out for that. So when she came back, the very first day, she was like, mm, on her facial looks, you could
oh,
detect that. You could know that this
poor
young lady,
girl.
no, they're all right today.
Oh,
so that hugging thing disappeared.
mm,
Then of course, so her countenance changed in the negative, and I could easily, so her facial expression and that welcoming, you understand, vibe by her. So those were the
mm,
signs that gave me the trigger that something is wrong. So I needed to, so
mm. Fabulous. Thank you so much, Mrs. Blessing. Let me throw
welcome.
that question to you. Let me throw that at you. Yeah. Were there some things you noticed when you came in? Did relocation take any emotional, toll on your son? I know your son is on the
mm.
quiet side. Yeah. On your son.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. What did you notice when you came in?
Yeah, actually, yes, you're right. For my son, my daughter is everywhere, but my son, it really took me some time to like make her have this confidence. You know,
Mm,
he was losing it at a time.
mm,
And he's the kind of person that is in the quiet side. So I have to notice her, study her very well. When she comes back from school, most times, because she goes to school with her friends,
mm,
and sometimes I pick her up, I pick him up from school with Shemilo and others. When he's coming, he's always walking at the back. Manny Bimbo, what is happening? Are you okay? He said, yes, I'm okay. When they get home, he will just go inside the room and stay. Come outside. Don't you want to eat? I noticed that there was a whole lot of, he was shifting back, and it was not really like, he was not too much into school at that time. I think he was trying to learn the way they do here, the language, and then the environment. It's the kind of person that is so slow to like not slow, but academically is not. It's kind of person that takes her time to study environment. It's really took me a whole lot before I could make her feel, I have to take her in, talk to her sometimes, take her, talk to her, tell her that you can cope, you can do
Mm,
well. Just listen to them, listen to what they are saying. Don't feel you can't do it, you know.
mm.
And with time, he's doing excellently well now
Wow,
compared to where we came in.
that's what we
Yeah.
want to
But the
hear.
language was really, yeah, it was really affecting her at the time. It was really
Mm.
affecting him. It was really affecting him at the time.
That's what we want to hear. That's what we want to hear. Right. So you've actually gone into a little of my next question, and I was going to direct it at you, Mrs. Blessing. Like
Okay.
uh change of school. Some of our children were already in a term back home, like they've already done first term, and then maybe they were about resuming second term. We pulled them out and they came abroad. Some of them were even having the term going running when we pulled them out, and then they had to start here. Now I
Oh,
feel like that will have some impact on their academic performances too. Do you
yeah.
think that happened to any of your children?
Yeah, it happened to my son. It happens
Okay.
to my son a whole lot.
Do you think he
It
started dropping
happened.
academically?
Yes, it was dropping academically, and it got to a time I have to a whole lot of struggle to make
Mm,
her balance with the academic system here.
mm,
The way they speak to them here is different from the way they teach them in Africa.
that's true.
Learning here is different from Nigeria.
That's true.
So it took him a whole lot before he can stand and start coping again.
Mm,
We draw him out from school in Africa, like you rightly said. Bringing him down here, it's a whole lot. Though
mm,
it didn't take me so. It was not easy for me to. I got to a time I was even fed up. When I'm tired about it, my friend will tell me, Shade will say, Sir Blessing, don't think like that. They will all do well. Relax
mm,
your mind. You know,
mm,
Shade will keep telling me, don't worry, Efisile, she will cope. Things like that. Relocation is a whole lot on other children. If you have 5 children, sometimes they affect other children academically. For my own son, it was really a whole lot for him
mm,
until later on before he started. Even he didn't go with friends in school as well. Sometimes
mm,
I have to go to the school. He's not eating their food. I would say, eat it. It won't harm you. Just eat. A lot of things, a whole lot of things, a whole lot, a whole lot.
wow, wow. It is well. It's really well. Yeah, like I
Yeah.
said earlier, this thing hits differently. While
Yes.
while it made some children to drop academically, it will actually be helping some. Seriously, it will actually be helping some. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I'm just trying to look at my son and my daughter, and I'm looking at their
Yeah.
experiences. It was like one of them was getting stronger academically
Yeah.
until
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, even mine.
the other one was able to find the path to, right. My
Yes.
my daughter came in. I think she was in year three when she came in, and all through year three, year four, year five, till she finished primary school, year seven. Do you know that my daughter wasn't able to make a single friend, not even one?
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
If she says, "Oh, mommy, this one is my friend today. This is my friend today. Tomorrow, that one is not a friend again." And she kept changing friend. It was a serious struggle. And the brother, on the other hand, no, that
Ah,
one was. It was
problem.
like the everyone's favorite. Do you understand? So it hits differently. Actually, it hits
Yeah.
differently. Dr. Silva, what was the experience like academically for your children?
Yeah. Academically for my children, like we all have the same for because if we have to, you have to comparing both of them because it won't be the same thing. For me, for my son, while he was in Nigeria, he was doing well academically. So when
Mm,
he got here too, because when when you are in a high peak standard before,
Yeah.
When you get here, you continue to be like an high peak in the class.
It starts
But it
feeling
got to
that
a
way.
stage that I had to relax, that I was now like, what's happening? Because you were doing well, everybody was praising you, you're doing well in your math, you now relax. That now got you like you're not doing well again. You understand that kind of thing.
Hmm.
That was what
Yeah.
made me to go and start that my math and English class lesson that I am doing for children now.
Wow.
Because when I got in, I realized that they don't really have like an homework that we do in Nigeria, that over the
Yeah.
weekend. Like now, they just finished midterm now, and they sent an email from my daughter's school that they're not going to give them any homework for this holiday. I was like, what's all this? For one
I
week,
I
Mhm.
trust
not
my Niger.
1 week, nothing to read, nothing. You just be
Nothing.
watching cartoon and all those stuff. This thing always
Mm-hmm.
hit on me and get on me like, no, this is not good.
Hmm.
So, but for my daughter, when they want to enter, when I mean during our own admission into primary school, the first thing they asked her was, which subject do you prefer most? She said, I hate math, I love English.
Hmm.
The woman said, okay, we will see. When she started going on, we realized that it's opposite side. She's doing well in English. I mean, she's doing well in the
In
maths and not doing well in the English. So we
wow.
have to look into, okay, this is what we have to do. You have to keep reading every day. You have to do it, keep doing this. So both of them, because when you realize that your son or your daughter is doing well, if you're not following it up, they are going to drop down.
Hmm.
And one thing about the
Yeah.
education system of this country is that they push everybody. They're not going to fail anyone like Nigeria that will
At
tell you
all.
Yeah.
fail. But
Your
you
daughter is
think
doing well.
your child is doing well.
Yeah.
Everything they are telling you is that it's doing well. Not
Hmm.
until when you now realize that, okay, can you try this for me at home? Can you do this work for me? And you now think, oh, you don't know anything. Because if you're in Nigeria, your
Mhm.
multiplication table from 1 to 12 from primary 3, you have to know it. Here,
Mhm.
Sorry, let me cut you there. Can we say that we probably have our expectation back home is actually too high? Because I feel like that sometimes too. Like I give maybe my daughter something to do and maybe she can't do it and I'm like, me, this thing I gave you to do as at year 7, maybe JSS 1 in Nigeria, I was already
mhm,
doing it. How are you not able to
yeah,
do it? Should we say that our expectation is too high back home?
it's
Because
not.
these are
Because
the people we are actually looking looking up to.
You know, you know, you see what happened in this country, not until when I get into the academic side that I realize what they're trying to do.
Okay.
They are not trying to be fussy like us in Nigeria, that we're forcing everything in line of academic. They are trying to develop each child according to their own ability. Like, okay, you are good in arts, you're good in science, you're good at
Hmm.
this. So they will tailor you to whatever you're good
What
at.
you
But back
hmm.
home, you need to know your multiplication. I know the kind of beating I got from my brothers because I don't know my multiplication table. So back home, we have to push everybody that you have to read by fire, by force. Here,
Hmm.
you it's not necessary you read. The only thing, if you're high peak in your academic standard here, the only thing it will get you into is like getting a scholarship to a very good university. It's not as
Hmm.
if you're not going to go into any university. You're still going to go. But if you want to go to a kind of Oxford University, you want to go to a kind of
Cambridge.
one standard university, Cambridge,
Hmm.
you need a very good academic from primary school. That is when you know that this one is on the way to to Oxford. So
Yeah.
that is what that's just the comparison.
So
Either you're charging your child or not, the end product is just the
that charge gongo gongo that you just mentioned is what I was going to ask now. What do you think we should do? Now we have seen it. The standard is actually different. They are not
yeah.
going to put everything on your child here. If your child is going to become a medical doctor, they are going to help tailor your
Tailor
child
it
towards that. Your child
towards
will
that
not go
path.
and be studying music when he or she wants to. Do you understand? So what do you
Yeah.
think we should do?
I will say understand your child
Hmm.
at home, because like me, my daughter, I don't know if she's listening downstairs now. She was like, you know, most times I have this lot of kids, even in my lesson that I talk to them. Each time, sometimes I'll be like, what do you want to become? What do you like doing? I know that from primary school when we were young, they'll be like, "What do you want to become?" Some of us will say, "We want to become a nurse and doctor." Here we are today. Nothing. We are not nurse. We are not doctor.
We are not nursing, we are not
We
doctoring.
are not nurse. We are not doctor. But we are surviving. So you have
Mm,
to understand. My daughter, I can. Okay, there was a time she said, "I want to be a doctor." We watched a movie. She saw blood. She said, "No, I'm not going to be a doctor again." She
mm,
said, "I want to become a lawyer." We watched a movie on Netflix, Lincoln Lawyer, and the way they were beating up that lawyer, they beat him up every case that he's doing. The following day, my daughter said, "I'm
I
not
don't
doing
want
a
to be a
lawyer
lawyer
again.
again.
I cannot allow someone to be beating me." Up till today, you're still trying to ask her, "What do you want?" Sometimes she be, "I want to be writing." Okay, I'll give her a book, start writing. But not like that. You're just preparing her mind towards whatever so that she will be open minded.
Mm,
Have an open discussion. They can't fix what they want to become now until they
mm,
have a clear mind. But most of us, we want them to tell us, "I want to become a doctor." Oh, yeah, start reading as a doctor. Start reading to become a
Mm.
lawyer. They have range of ideas that will come upon them every day. And the most important thing is ask them to pray about it every time. Tell God, show me my path, my direction, so that I will not struggle, I will not labor. Most of us that we are hold here, what we studied in Nigeria is not what we're doing because we just study
did
because we
you say
want to
most of
study.
us?
All of
90%
us.
of us.
So we have to pray for them and then have a very, I mean, discussion everywhere, anytime you are,
Mm,
wherever you find yourself. When you see an opportunity to talk about a profession, talk about it because they might not have insight into that profession. Talk less of
Yeah.
saying, "I want to do this." The only major profession that people are clamoring about is doctor, nurse, lawyer. And I love
lawyer.
what we did at church like 3 weeks ago when they opened our eyes towards an engineering department. Some don't have idea towards engineering department. We don't even know what they're doing. We don't even know that they have job vacancies all around England. So have an open discussion every time. When you see something good in a movie or you go somewhere and someone is doing something good, talk about it. This is this thing. This is what you can achieve. Be open. I did a coding stuff for my son. After 2, 3 days, I wasted my money online. I noticed that he was not patient at all to study the coding. So
Mm,
from that, you know that this ability will not, don't just
mm,
go towards that side. So sometimes you just have to be open-minded, let them function the way they want to. Then towards that, they will have a clear direction and
yeah.
God will lead them as well.
Wow, thank you so much. That was massive. You really took your time doing that. Thank you so much, Dr. Silva. Yeah, let me go to Pastor Ayo. Cultural differences. I know your daughter very well. Yeah, I know you've ingrained a lot of things about culture into her. I see Madame trying to, she tries to dress her up from time to time, as in that thing, just to remind her, this is where you are from. This is,
Yeah.
cultural differences. Yeah, in this new environment, has that in any way influenced your child?
Mm.
Has
Ah,
cultural differences influenced your child in any way?
a whole lot, a whole lot, a
Tell
lot.
us.
Yeah. Would you? Yeah. Would you believe that just earlier today, she came to me and asked me. I didn't know you'd be asking this question, honestly. And it happens today that,
Wow.
Daddy, wait. I want to ask a question. I said, what is it? She said, this Halloween in our
Okay.
church, it's Hallelujah
Yes.
program.
Hallelujah.
You
Hallelujah.
understand? And you know all these adolescents, they are very inquisitive.
Yeah.
So I now gave her listening ears, and I said, okay, what is it about? What about it again? She said, what is Halloween? I said,
Mm.
Hmm.
okay, go get your tab, your reading tab, and bring it downstairs. Mommy, oh, she answered, yeah, come over, come over, come over. And
Mm.
mom was not listening. The mom was busy with some other. I said, please suspend those things I'm doing, come, because I have my reasons for that. Now, earlier today, we were able to achieve the etymology of Halloween. We
Halloween.
gave her the etymology of Halloween, and she saw how it began and the pros and cons and all of that. Now, what am I trying to say? Yesterday, something happened. The mom was still begging on her behalf. I intentionally, do all these things just to culture her and to
Mm,
strike the balance between the two cultures. That's one
mm,
thing about me. Now, what was it? I'm sorry, please let me give you this. 2 days ago,
mm,
right here at my study here, she came to me and said, "Are you not sleeping?" And she said, "No, Daddy, I want to buy some things." Okay, what is that? She showed me. I actually ordered for some things online, items online. So she was so happy, and she received those items. So she now developed an idea of getting our own items. And I said, okay, no worries. Okay, bring my phone. Then we searched, we saw all those things. I'm coming somewhere. That was 2 days ago. So I now promised her I was going to do the ordering the following day, which was yesterday. So when
yeah.
it was yesterday, she now came over to me. She now reminded me, Daddy, and my orders now. And I said, and earlier today, did you sweep? It will shock you. It will shock you where I'm coming. Did you sweep? She said, yes, yes. And I swept it like I used to tell you. And your mom always tells you, sweep here, sweep here. Oh, yeah, where have you swept? She now told me, and she dares not tell lies. She doesn't tell lies. That's it. From childhood, I've cultured that by the grace of God. She said, I didn't sweep that place, cha. And I said, because you failed in sweeping like an African girl, I am not doing the orders today. Let's postpone it till tomorrow. The mom was
Mm,
trying to beg on her behalf. I said, no, that's how I want it. Every morning, do your sweeping. Then there's another one. It might sound very funny. You dare not greet your mom and me without kneeling down. Go on your knees and greet us. And whenever you see Reverend Dr. Philip, Reverend Wale, Pastor Nata, ask her. That's how I talk to her and their wives.
wow.
All of them, ensure you go on your knees. If I should hear, yes, 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 Daddy, yes, Daddy. Do you understand? I am
Mm,
just trying to ensure she doesn't lose that sense of Africanism
mm,
in
mm,
her, and that is it. So now let me take it to our school a bit further. Do you know that what happens there? Because most of them at school, they are our locals here, and of course how they do their greetings, how they do their like what Madam, this our wonderful mother just said just now happens exactly with my baby girl. That she got to school, her very first month, at school. I'm talking about culturally, food culturally.
mm,
She was not eating at all. That the school authorities have to, send for us and tell us that blah blah blah. Now,
mm.
it now triggered the school to actually have a special what's it called now? Attention given to her. They were trying to integrate her into the system. And I really appreciated that. The mom appreciated that. And it worked a big deal. Now, as we speak, Oyolua seldom eats our African food. Do you understand?
Wow.
Now we are begging her to strike a balance. It's now
Mm.
becoming kind of. I'm telling you what is happening in my family right now. If we do African food, now the mama and me go chop her. After
Oh,
and that you know,
what
I
a
just say this
pity.
serious. So, but now we are struggling to strike the balance because all these young lads, that's just how it goes with them. Now initially we channeled her towards integrating into the food here. She got integrated, now becoming difficult to come back. Do you understand? Now we are trying to
Mm.
strike the balance. Oh yeah, Onyoluwa, and please, what are you eating for the evening for your dinner? And Dad, I like to take chips, not chips. Oh yeah, whatever. Even if I don't like chips, you have taken chips. You have taken chips earlier today, right? She said, yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh yeah, go and do. Just like a balance, it's been all right. So the cultural, you have talked about the dressing stuff. Right now, she even likes the African stuff that I'm telling you
I,
that,
I
yeah.
actually should give it to her mom. The mom is really doing well in that
Honestly,
area. Yeah,
honestly,
she's
seriously,
doing
yeah.
well. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, 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 wow. Well done, well done. Yeah, so
You're welcome.
my husband and I visited one of our families recently, and yeah, while we were talking, and the husband in the house now said, "Oh, my daughter's," I think it was the wife said, "My daughter's favorite food is eba." When I
Hmm.
heard it, I felt like, wow. So we
That's good.
still have an African family, and this wasn't a family that came into the country last year, not even
Mm.
2 years ago. I was like, how did you do that? That's a big work you have done.
Yeah.
Even though to some people it might sound like doesn't matter. I
Mm.
know so many African homes where their children don't even eat African food at all, meals at all. And it's not only about meals, it's not only
Mm.
about clothes, it's about the cultural identity. That's going to lead me to the next question. Mrs. Blessing, you will talk. Um, Pastor Ayo, you will talk, then Mrs. Blessing will take over from you. How can we help our children, to maintain that sense of, you have given us one of them, that sense of cultural identity while adapting, they are trying to adapt to the new one. We call it in English language acculturation. How do we help them, right, to maintain their sense of originality, original identity, while adapting into a new one? Sir,
Okay, should I take that? Oh my God,
yeah,
this is a
please
very
go on, and then
Okay.
wonderful.
Mrs. Blessing will take over from you.
I think this is the
Oh,
best.
Mrs. Blessing, sorry, sir, sorry to cut you. Mrs.
All
Blessing,
right.
I'll put your own in this way. What are you doing?
Okay.
Let's personalize it. What are you doing to help your children maintain their sense of uh cultural identity, their original
Identity.
identity as Africans? All right, sir.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, I think so far so good on this show today. This is the best question for me. This is the best question for me. You know why?
Why?
there is this this annual reunion we hold
Okay.
with the Oyewale's family every 26th of December at the church now, headed by our reputable Reverend Dr. Philip Oyewale. Now,
Hmm.
so the last edition, he asked me, sir, you are going to moderate. I said, moderation quoi? He said, you are moderating. I said, okay, sir. So because I was the moderator, I now used that opportunity to introduce this same question in another dimension to the entire family. All our children were coming in. They were just coming in. Harara, 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 harara. I said, which harara? We're gonna greet people. We're gonna greet elders here. I
Mama.
started this joke like that. I didn't know all other parents will embrace it. So all other parents there, I didn't know they will embrace it. They just embraced it. Come and see and hear our parents
Hmm.
voicing out. I didn't know they've bottled that. Please, I don't want to use the word anger. I don't want to use the word anger over the years.
Mm.
That's how am I going to go about this? You understand? So you are doing a very wonderful job, man. Now, let me go to the question. At that program, we were able to reach a consensus.
Hmm.
Guys, it's good you are here to get the best of education, to get best of this, best of that. However, do not lose your sense of cultural identity. Now, I give you a quick one, and I will hand over to our mother, Mrs. Blessing. Would you believe that not quite 3 weeks ago, my immediate younger sister back home,
Hmm.
rang me. I picked the call. So as I was discussing with her, my baby girl came back from school and she greeted me. Ekulesa. This little thing I'm telling you, has won her a laurel in the family of Akishete.
Oh, wow.
I'm not joking, honestly.
Wow.
My younger sister said, mommy, is that my baby girl? Now,
Hmm.
my baby girl, they greet you, Ekulesa. I said, yes,
Hmm.
now. It's the normal thing. She said, it's not normal. I said, it's the normal thing. She said, it's not normal. Wait, oh. Is that how she greets? I said, as you can see now, she didn't prepare for it. She didn't add any manuscript. That's how she greets. That's how we have cultured her. She said, wow. Oh, yeah, give her the phone. Oh, you know what? I was like, yes, ma. Thank you. She was just appreciating her. She now gave a very good example that before that time, she has, of course, been speaking with a lot of people abroad, diasporans, with their
Mm,
kids that she used to know back home. And whenever she asked the parents, hand the, please, I don't want to mention names now, hand the phone over to my kids. I want to greet them. You will just be hearing, hello, ma, hello, ma, hello, ma, within 3 4 minutes. And she'll be like, hey, boy, you buy money. Oh, yeah, so you buy now? Ma, ma, ma. Ah. But in the case of Oyolua, now, please, I like to stop on that note. I mean, on this note. I think I was going around, was it Queen Square here in Liverpool that day. An unknown person stopped me and Oyolua. The mom was not with us on that day, went a shopping. So an unknown person just stopped me and said, hello, sir. Hey, Joe. You don't think that you know, I hear you. If my children could do this for me, of course, that I have struggled with it. With their mom. They've everyone else. I said, please, don't be hard on them. Just do. And these adolescents were with him. You see them.
mm,
You see them. You see that I will be speaking Yoruba. Their mom will be speaking Yoruba, and we have tried our best because they took them to school. I said, don't regret it. It's just a matter of time. Just keep working on them, and it's gonna. Oyolua and I, whenever you see me, you will always see us speaking Yoruba. It's
mm,
Yoruba.
Wow,
Whenever at
that's
home,
good.
it's Yoruba. The mom with her Yoruba. She
mm.
doesn't speak English. But whenever she speaks the Liverpoolian English, in fact, you will be like, now yeah, they're born now. That is the truth.
Yeah,
Wow. That's highly commendable. That's so
Thank you, ma.
commendable. And I think
that's good.
this thing is actually common to us Yoruba
Mm.
speaking tribe. It's actually common to us
Tribe.
because I think the Igbos are trying.
Yeah.
I think they are trying. The
Mm.
Hausas are trying.
Seriously.
I think it's
Seriously.
just about the Yoruba speaking tribe, actually. I have a
We call
neighbor.
our language vernacular.
Ah,
Mm.
so,
Imagine. Yeah.
so I have a neighbor, an Indian neighbor. His kids are barely, I think 5. I think the oldest should be 5. You will never, you will
Yeah.
never hear those children speak in English
My
at all.
goodness.
The younger one, the one that is around 5 years old, you can never. But when they go out to school, when these children switch to the Oyinbo
To
that we
the
want to hear,
yeah.
oh my God, you start wondering, these same children, so these children can speak English.
Mhm.
So I think that
Wow.
problem is with us. Some of our children, our Yoruba children, they come abroad. The ones that used to speak Yoruba very well, you just find out that there is no Yoruba
They
in
don't
them
want
again.
to.
It's
Yes,
vanished.
ma.
Mm.
They can't even speak it
Mm.
again. It's quite
Mm.
pathetic. Mrs. Blessing, do you want to go on?
Yeah, for me, like you asked me that
What are you doing?
what am I doing?
You, yes. What
Yeah,
are you
for
doing?
me, what am I doing is I'm being firm, firm. The word firm means, bringing a child into this abroad, bringing a child into abroad. If you are not firm as a parent, you will lose the
Mm.
gap. You will
Yeah.
lose out your children. It's difficult to hold on to children here. Sometimes when I'm being too harsh on them, Dr. Shade will say, "Hey, I'll call social worker on you. I'll call
And she
social
is a
worker on
social
you."
worker.
I say, "No worries, no worries. I'll just keep calm." At a time, I was very, very firm with my kids because I know my daughter, I know my son.
Mm.
There's a whole lot of things in the house that it is mandatory. You have to do it. Your house chores have to be done. Greetings. Even my own daughter, sometimes Dr. Shade will say, "Oh, Lanu Kiwa, Awalama Koko Kie." Sometimes when I got home and say, telling you all this at home, you will still go outside and misbehave.
Hmm.
Do you understand what I mean? Even as a
Mm.
parent at home, you are still being firm. And that child is still going out to not greeting very well. And then,
Mm.
sincerely, I've been, as a parent, as a mother, I've been standing on my ground on a whole lot of things. Even after
Yeah.
doing all this, I will tell my children, let social worker come and carry me. Let the police
mm,
come here. I will hand you
mm,
over to them. You know, every
Let me
children is,
sorry,
yeah,
let me interrupt you a little. What are you firm
yeah,
on? What are you firm on? What is that thing you are firm on?
mm,
Do you understand?
yeah. Yes, I'm being firm in them doing their house choice.
Good,
Number one thing, their house choice is very compulsory.
good.
Number two, about the food, children don't want to eat what you have at home. They want you to
Mm.
put money in their pocket so that they can eat outside. Eat
Eating
those,
at home.
all the food outside there. And be
Mm,
firm on that, you know.
mm,
Anytime I put money in their wallet, I'll tell them, even if you finish spending that money, there is no money again for you for the month until another month. Because
mm,
you have to explain what you use the money for. So
mm,
even the food at home, they probably take this kind of food this morning. The next day, they tell me they don't want it again. I say, Laye, it is what I eat in this house that everybody will have to eat.
will eat.
All of us have to eat the same food in the house.
mm,
As a parent, we have to be firm because in this country, if they are not firm with the children, they will still take this, whatever you are doing at home, they will take it out to the school and tell their friends. And same those their friends will still tell you that go and tell your mommy to do it like this. And they will come home and use it stylishly. But me, I'm being
mm,
firm in the academics, their training at home, as in as choice, greeting, speaking their dialect, Yoruba. I'm from Delta, I'm not a Yoruba lady. But Yoruba, we speak
Kai.
it in the house.
You don't
We
look like
speak it.
one.
Yes, I'm not Yoruba. So we speak Yoruba in the house. Anytime I say greet me in Yoruba, Mobe around Yoruba, you're answering me with English. Speak Yoruba. Let me hear what you're saying. You know, I'm being firm in a lot of things at home because I
Wow.
don't know, that's the kind of person I am. I'm
Wow.
just being firm. Yeah. A
Yeah,
whole lot.
thank you, fantastic. Let me ask you why your interest in Yoruba? Because if anyone tells me you are not Yoruba, I will argue blindly. No one would believe
Why?
you are Delta, and we have a lot of Delta people around us, but I don't think I've even come across you speaking Delta before. Why
She
the
married
interest?
Yoruba.
And you are
She
even
married
asking your
Yoruba.
kids to. You married Yoruba.
Yes.
Oh,
I married the battle.
wow. And so wow, that's nice. That's very lovely. Thank you so much. So, yeah, I just want to take us back to one question I asked previously. I think it was Dr. Shade that was talking about academics, and I don't want us to. She answered it, but I was looking for something in that question that I didn't really get. Yeah, like how do we help, your when relocation took a turn on your child and the academics is dropping. You've seen it, you've seen the standard, you've seen the difference in the way we learn back home and the way they learn here. What can we do? What can we do to help so that we can keep our children up there? And I know you are into academics. I want us to just talk about it. There's something I did. I mean, we did, my husband and I did, and which was getting our kids lesson teachers back home. They've
mm,
started doing lessons for some time. They're doing lessons from home. Even the coding classes, if you search online for coding classes for your children, the coding classes you'll be finding out from Indians, from Pakistans, and all that. No, we got coding instructors from home. We just got them people like them who can actually teach them the way they will understand. Do we understand? People who can
yeah.
teach them and still ingrain culture in the way they teach them. That was one thing we did for them. I hope this helps somebody. Your children may not be turning out the way you want them to. Immediately you notice that, please take a step, look out for teachers from outside, look for teachers from outside. Let them help your children because you really want to help those children. Seriously, you really want to help them. All right, I'm going to move to the next one for Dr. Silva. Dr. Silva,
Okay.
yes.
Mm.
So, social, social challenges, behavioral challenges, right? Social challenges. What social challenges did your son, I'm taking it to your son now, face when you moved? No, I think I should do your daughter because I saw a little from your daughter recently. Yeah, your daughter. And Pastor Yo, we talk about that from
Okay.
your daughter as well. And Mrs. Blessing, you talk about that from your daughter. Yeah. Social challenges, behavioral
Okay.
issues. Yeah.
Yeah. But what you saw with my daughter, I think my son really passed through social challenges than my daughter. My
Okay.
daughter struggle even within his own colored, community,
Mm,
than struggling even with with our own friend at school. When I
mm,
said it in the beginning that one is able to blend well, but the other one will look carefully and then blend. When you have a hyper someone is very hyperactive,
mm,
someone is not hyper, but the one that is hyper wants to be everywhere, 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 be someone's friend. Everybody is his friend anyway. But
mm,
the other one that is not, when he has our own friend, they are the friend. They can
mm,
go on for like 1 year, 2 years. Those are his friends. The one you saw, when she comes into church, even within our home community, she struggle because even for adults, when you're somewhere, people have clique of friends
yeah.
already.
Yeah.
And then for us, we find it, except if you are extroverts, you join
Mm,
people's friend that immediately. Some of
mm,
us, we struggle to connect with other people's friend. Like you have your friend, that's your friend. You respect boundaries. So forming clique for my daughter, she'll be like, then she could get her own friend. These are my own people. That's what you saw. But for my son, he experienced a lot because he's able to move freely to other people. He's able to become anybody's friend. And then being people's friend, so he could be jealous, like someone will now love him more than being loving other people. I mean, the people they are before,
yeah.
which could lead into problem. He was the only one that faced a lot of bullying,
Mm.
even with his boldness. He faced a lot of bullying at
Probably
school.
because of his height.
Maybe he's not tall. So he faced a lot of that, and he faced a lot of challenges, even in his own ball. When they said, "Okay, you are playing too much, you are playing good, you are doing this," and he faced so many obstacles. Like it got to a time that if I got a call, I had to ask him to stand up for himself at the time because when you train someone like when they're abusing you, you just be looking at when they are doing when they're I mean when anybody wants to beat you up, don't fight, be a good child, you're a child of God. It got it to a stage I had to tell them, like, if anybody abuse you, if they call you black monkey, call anybody white monkey, abuse back, stand up for yourself because you have to let your child know how to stand up for themselves when you're not there.
Mm,
So there was a time while he struggled with social issue in his school, like sometimes it will be like someone can just abuse him, someone can just bully him, someone can just do anything to him. They keep calling me every day. He had a fight. The person is not the one at fault because they will explain the situation to you
mm,
and they will let you know who is at fault and they will tell you they're working on it, but you will not see any results. It will
mm,
come up again the following week. It will come back again the third week. Now I told him, if anybody attack you, do yours back. The last time he stopped, he had a fight. He beat
mm.
the person up, and the blood was coming out from that person.
Here.
Yeah. So
Hey,
they
whoa.
called me from school, and they
Ah,
called both parents in. I saw when I first came into the reception, I saw blood on the other person. I said, "Hey God, Mudaro," I asked him to do this. So when I got there, they now explain the situation, and they have cameras and friends. They said, no, he's not the one at fault. It was the boy that attacked him first, and it happens for self-defense. And I will go back to the cultural value that we are
Mm,
talking about. I learn how to, they might not be able to speak Yoruba clearly, but they understand
mm,
whatever I'm saying.
mm,
That's one thing I know I have taught them. So immediately I got to the school, I said, Shemilore, ó ti ṣèyàn léṣe. Ó ní, rárá. So I know, ṣé wàá ló jẹ̀bi? I was saying it in Yoruba. Other
mm,
people don't understand what I meant and what I was
mm,
saying. So
mm.
give me the opportunity of like, okay, I need to know the first, I need to get the information first before anybody talk to me about you. Whatever you tell me, I know you're saying the right thing.
Yeah.
And he explained. I said, okay, all right. And when they explained, he said he is not the one at fault, and this is the issue. So sometimes they face so many challenges, but now he settled in. They understand him. No trouble anymore. He's able to, they know that if you attack me, I'll give it to you back. So when our daughter or our children are facing this kind of social issue, we have to let them know how to stand up for themselves,
Mm,
how to be able to speak up when they're having challenges. And one of the things is that as soon as you pick up your child from school, talk about every issue. Ask them what happened at school. What about your friend? Ensure you know their friend's name, like so that
yeah.
you'll be able to
Very
know
important.
if they really have friends, if they really connect, if they, when you ask what is the name of your friend today, what's the name of your friend, you need to know them by name. It will show you that they are growing, they are connecting well. I know my friends. I mean, my friend's son. I know my son's friend. I know all of them because sometimes they come to our house now. They always enjoy eating jollof rice. Their mom will call and say they want to come and eat jollof rice in your house. We
Wow.
don't know. So they usually come like that. And I know them all by their names. Apart from knowing them because of their friend, I want to know their parents. I used to tell my son, one of them, if he tell me he's going to their friend's house, I said, you see this one, his mother is smoking. Don't let them give you smoke and say this is strawberry flavor or this is vanilla flavor, and you try it out, because if you don't look at all those, the normal parent that is smoking in his or her own house, the son
The child
will see it
will.
as normal thing,
Sure.
and they can introduce your own child to it like it's normal. So all
Sure.
these things, when you're seeing your friend, know their parents, exchange contact occasionally and talk. I mean, not that you're going to be their friend, but you know them. Observe when you have program in school.
Mm,
Sometimes they have this program at school that you go
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
When you sit down quietly, you are observing. I'm a very good observant. I sit down, I observe people. I
Mm,
observe things. So when you observe, you know that this person is a smoker, this person can do this person, you'll be able to know the kind of person your child is relating to. And
mm,
then through that, you'll be able to know you have a very good friend. And
yeah.
you don't have you have to be careful with this one so that they will not mislead you. So ask questions, talk to them, and be observant. That's what I'm going to say
Mm.
about
That's
your
deep.
prompt.
Ask questions and be observant. That's very deep. Thank you so much, Dr. Shadi. Pastor, you want to add to that?
Yeah. I nodded to that to her presentation because my daughter faced very similar scenario at her year 6. Yeah. But she didn't face that at year 5, but it was so turbulent at year 6. What happened? This word bullying. When I heard her mention the word bullying, it just triggered something in me, that was the same word I used at the school, with the school authorities when I got there with the mom. When it happened, the first time it happened, the teacher, rang the mom, and the mom rang me at work. So I told them I will be there in a jiffy. We were there, shortly, and we got there, and I asked them the question: are you trying to bully my daughter because she just joined you up not quite long? And they said no. The HM happens to be a woman, and the deputy happens to be a man. They both answered
Mm,
at the same time, no. They were trying to explain to me it's just this disparity, cultural disparity amongst the children.
Mm.
I now said, okay. The last one that broke the camel's back was, when my daughter just came. I'm just fast forwarding now. She just came
Okay.
home, some weeks afterwards, and met me at home. I just came back from work, and she just said, "Dad," and I was just trying to sleep. Dad, I'm not going back. And it happened. I'm not going back to that school anymore. I'm not going. She was crying, and I've never seen her like that. So it got me agitated. I just ran the mom. Where are you? Meanwhile, she went to get some foods at the African shop. Come back now. And my wife was just begging me. She now said something that, in our Yoruba language, that, àwọn ọmọdé wọ̀nyí, ẹ wò ká kì í bínú, start. And I said, okay. Because she could read in my voice that I was actually going to take her out that day. Because, we got there. Thank God my wife was able to calm me. We got there. We now agreed that she was going to do the talking because she knows me that I have been agitated already. We got there. Then the school authorities were just, in fact, you could see on them that they were, in fact, they panicked. I said they were already looking out for the young lady. They were looking out for her. They couldn't, in fact, she just bolted out of school. And what
Wow.
happened? It was just, maybe not the here. It was just her best friend, refused my baby girl to play with other girls in the class, and those other girls now ganged up against that her best friend. My girl now, you understand, supported her own best friend against them. It was just like that, and those other ones started, bullying the both of them.
Mm.
Now they now use some negative words. I'm not going to use them because we're online. They now use some negative words, that triggered my baby girl. Those negative words were nothing to her own best friend that she was supporting because she's been in the system. She was born in the system. She doesn't count them as anything. But to my baby girl, it's a big deal because those were abusive words. But to that girl, it wasn't abusive. Even to the school authorities, they didn't see it as anything abusive. But my own baby girl, even me, the father, I said, what was the word? In fact, they just mentioned, I said, this word, I now defined it to them. We are Africans. And where my baby girl is coming from, this kind of word, tell them now not to use such a word. If you really need integration, we are all building globalization. Do you know that? They said, yes. So please, and it must be devoid of rancor against other cultural backgrounds. Let's come together and make it work. So if a certain culture is saying, I don't like these words, they don't use it anymore. And we all reached a consensus and we left. But thank God for my baby girl who revolted. She revolted and she revolted. And it really helped us to reach another, to break another horizon for the school.
Thank you so much. In as much as I'm not one of the people campaigning for um, children to engage in fights, yeah, when they are being bullied, yeah,
No.
I'm not one of those people that we even ask my child to speak a mean word to someone because the person has spoken a mean word to you. I'm not one of those people. There are some things that I carefully want to teach my child, right from home. I want
Yeah.
I want a child whose inner strength has been built right from home. A child whose esteem has been built, a child that is very resilient, such that even when people are trying to bring you down, it doesn't get at you. Do you understand? I like to use my son as an example always because I have seen him as someone that has grown that tough skin that no matter what, even if you are this high before him, you can't bring him down. He's just there to stand up for himself. He's not going to fight you, but he has that right response that can shut you down immediately. So I want to encourage parents. I am not a party to our children fighting because sometimes it may not end well. It may not end well. One of my daughter's friends, in one of the episodes that we had in, I think, a few months back, was in a fight with some children at school, and she wasn't at fault, but the moment she tried to fight back for herself, do you know what was done to her? Her hair, a portion of her hair was pulled out completely. You can imagine that till today, that part of her hair hasn't grown back because it was pulled out by force. So I'm not a party to that. Sometimes mistakes happen. Things we
Hmm.
do not want happen when we encourage them to do that. So please, parents, I am not encouraging
Do you
um
know why people are training their child to go and learn karate?
karate. I know.
You need
I know.
self-defense sometimes.
Yes. Yeah, we
You
are teaching
need
our children
self-defense.
self-defense, but seriously, there are
Yeah.
a lot of
Because
ways our children
because
can
I've
defend.
seen a lot as well. By the
Yeah.
time you keep saying, because as a Christian, and that is what normally gets to us as Christian, we were built to be like everything. You just have to be,
No,
Jesus is
we are
an
not built
example.
to be mumu. Doctor.
We are, because
No,
it looks like
we are
that
not,
sometimes
no,
for
no, no,
Christians.
no, 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 not at all. We are not built
But
to be
we are
mumu.
not meant to be fighting like, oh, I'm here.
Mm,
I'm here.
mm,
No.
mm.
Sometimes,
One thing I will tell children: do not put
mm,
yourself in a place where you can be bullied. Do not put
yeah,
yourself in a place
yeah.
where you become vulnerable to others. Mm-mm. I don't want to carry myself. I don't want my children to carry themselves in a way that people can see them and they can easily bully them.
You
Do you
see, this
understand?
self-defense thing is a very broad and wide
It
topic
is. It is. It
because
is.
it
And
depends on the
I think we need to
situations
come
that
and
you
talk about
apply it.
that. Yeah, we need
Because
to come
it
and talk about
depends.
that.
It depends on the situation. You train your child because when some situation comes to a situation, my sister, something has to happen.
Yeah, I know. I totally agree with you. I
In as much
totally
as teaching, no
agree with you.
fighting, don't be aggressive, be nice, be a good child, you're a child of God. But there are some things that has to be taught secretly. That goes
You
to marriage and all other things as well.
you know that's the reason why I said I don't want my child to be in a place where you know things don't just happen, you know. It doesn't
Yeah.
just get to a day, as in a child will not just wake up and come to my son and then conk him. No,
No.
it happens gradually. Hmm?
And we have
It grows. Those
some
things
child
grow.
that are devilish, like they will just want to be intentionally because of your color,
Color, yeah,
just
I know,
show you
I
stuff.
know. God will help us. We need
Amen.
to have an entire, and if we are going to do that talk, right? Because we are a bit careful online. If we're going to do that
Mm,
talk, it's not going to be online at all. It's not going to
That's
be
the
yeah.
thing.
online. Yeah,
Mm.
at all.
Yes.
So
No.
we need to teach our children strategies
Yeah. You're
strategies
talking
they need to to navigate
around.
situations like that, tough
Mm,
situations like that. Okay, we'll
yes.
come back to that. Thank you so much. I just want to take this moment to appreciate everyone that has joined us online. Thank you so much, YouTube. Thank you so much, Facebook. I see Ifeoluorun. I see Olufunto. Yay! That should be my friend from Canada. Thank you, Funto. I see Oriseti Meyi Amadedo Jovi. Thank you so much. Thank you for to everyone that has stayed tuned. We've spent an hour, 30 minutes, if no more. Thank you so much. It's been an amazing time. It's been a very amazing time. Right. So this next question, I want to direct it to Mrs. Blessing. She's been the one that hasn't really talked like that. She's been the one, and I know she talks, so that woman talks. So all right. So when a child is finding it difficult to adjust,
Mm.
hmm, after a move, a child is finding it difficult to adjust. What do we do? I know you've mentioned a few things that you did with your son. What do we do? It took it took my daughter some years to adjust finally. It's now that I can say, oh, she's fully adjusted. It took her some years because yeah, she's a very confident child. She's here, she's there, but there were some things that she could not do the way she would have done them back home. Right? It took her some years. So what do we do when you have a child that is having problem adjusting after a move?
Yeah,
People
for my own
planning,
son. Okay.
sorry, ma, people that are planning to travel from home, please listen, please. All right.
For my own son, I keep encouraging. Number one, I keep pushing him to do a lot of things by himself, and I use the sister sometimes to help out. You know, when your child is not adjusting when you moved in,
Mm,
sometimes they become very lazy. They don't want to push in, as in they don't want to forge ahead. They feel like they are okay where they are. Or do you understand what I mean? So, but for my son, that's the only but me I have in both of them, because the other one is everywhere. That one is a soldier. So he's always like doing his things himself. Is even if you are tall, he will be tall with you. So
mm,
in school, anytime I go to open day, I'm fine with him, with her. I'm always saying, I'm not even shaking about her at all. But for the boy, my son, I'm always begging the sister, please, if me, I'm not available, help me out with this boy. We need help for him. It's not a collective thing in the family. We
mm,
have to do it together. As if Dr. Shade has a lesson that she's operating, even
yeah.
after the lesson, that she will bring her homework home. My son, sometimes she will put it aside. Sometimes Shade will say, monitor ọmọ yìí o. She did not do her homework. Oh, I say, Ọlọ́run, I've tried
Mm,
though in this country. This
mm,
location thing is not easy. Hey, I'll just be like, God, what can I do again? I'll say, Bimbo, after telling you to take your homework and do them, you
mm,
know. And after Dr. Shade's lessons homework, I would say like go to Amazon, get some books, you know. We get books in Amazon. A lot of those. Sometimes I'll just give him an essay. Oh yeah, write on this. The way we do in Africa.
yeah.
Write on this topic. After writing them, write 100 words. You say, "Ah, mommy, how is 100 words?" I say, be listing those words one by one until you get to 100. It took me a whole lot. And even up till now, we are seeing it. Sincerely, we are seeing it. But my daughter has been doing excellently well for him as well, just to
Mm,
make him cope with the system. It's not easy to, like, when a child is losing out in this country, we have to be very firm with them academically. Because when you lose the gap, the child will go otherwise.
mm,
You won't be able to buckle him up again. So we have to be very firm as a parent, just to make sure the academic is balanced. They all can be same, which I understand. We have 5 children, the five can be same. We have two, they can't be same. But you use others to, the Bible said, iron sharpness iron. You all have to help each other just to make it work. As a parent too, you have to be there. In this country, we have to work. And sometimes when we are busy out there, you keep calling or making some messages to be sure of what they are doing at home. That's one thing I do as well. What are they doing? Have you done your homework? Even before I go to work, I will list everything they have to do. Bimbo, you are doing this. Finfolua, you are doing this. This homework, bring it out. Let me see. Because Dr. Shade will start allying me. You will not say it is you people that did not do your homework. It is me. It is me that she will start abusing. I don't want anything. Start bring them out. Let me see them. It took a whole lot for parents living in abroad to bring up your children in the way you want them to go. The Bible was saying, bring up your children in the way so that when they grow old, you will have rest.
yeah.
It's not easy to bring up children here, but you have to do a whole lot of work, in and out of work. You have to be at them all the time. Try to make them do this. Try to put them up in this. Try to put them in this way. This is the way you should go about it. So as a parent in abroad, we have a lot to do. God will
Mm.
help us.
Amen.
Amen.
Thank you so much. Let me give a big shout out to Victorious Hello Worldwide. I see you. I see what you are doing online. Thank you so much. Yeah, she talked about our parents being away, at work because we have to work and we don't really have the time to stay back home and all that. And then we call, we send messages and all that. Do you think that is enough, Pastor Ayo? Do you think that is enough, to catch up with what these children are doing? Technology. Do you
Oh,
think
please take that. Please take that again,
do
please.
you think the calls, the messages are enough, to catch up with what these children are doing while we are away?
Ah, it's not enough. Oh.
Hmm.
It's not enough. My younger sister, taught me something, and what she does with the husband really captivated me and my wife, and that is, I'm talking about 2 years ago now, and
Okay.
it has worked for them, and we have invited same. If they need be, you do surveillance. You know what I mean by
Okay.
that?
Yeah.
Surveillance. Yeah. So they imbibed surveillance and it really worked for them because the husband at that time was away in Saudi Arabia. The wife was here with the 3 kids.
Mm,
And the first is a grown up, followed by the second.
mm.
So, and they have a baby, more like, so they had to go surveillance. Now, the father, in
So,
Asia, will be watching everything they were
it's
doing.
happening at home.
Happening at
Camera.
home. Yeah. So the mom, I didn't want to mention that, that's why I use
Yeah.
surveillance. So the mom at work or whatever, because she does domiciliary care,
Mm,
she will just be watching. And there was a day, come and see eventuality. It
mm,
happens. Life
mm,
happens.
mm,
There was this day, she just rang me. Mother, where you are? What happened? That the husband, actually, I rang her and told her that, oh yeah, be rushing home. That they've been ringing my number. My number was not going through. It happened that the youngest, that baby of the house, was almost injuring herself.
mm,
Imagine
Wow.
from Saudi, yeah, it
mm.
happens to my own younger sister here in Liverpool. Do you
Wow.
Wow.
understand? So I wouldn't want to take much of a time. I like the other person to speak about. Yes, it is. I mean, sorry, no, it is not enough. We need visuals over
Yeah.
these children. However way we want to do it, we need visuals. Yeah.
Mm. And African parents, God will help us. So many
I
of
mean,
us are abroad, but abroad is not. Many of us are abroad, but abroad is not really in us. We don't really, we are in a land where the internet is there.
I think I like that. Yeah, I like that word. Yeah. Mm,
You know,
mm,
I don't know. I might be putting up a training very soon, very very soon,
mm.
a physical
Yeah.
training where we can teach parents what they can do,
With phones.
with their mobiles.
Mobile
Many of us,
technology.
the
Yeah.
only thing we
Mm,
do here is WhatsApp.
WhatsApp.
WhatsApp, that's all. We can't
WhatsApp.
navigate this thing. There was
Facebook.
a time that my daughter was coming back from school with her friends, and then she went on the street. She was meant to use a different road. She was coming back home actually. She was meant to use a different road that would take
mm,
her maybe like 30 minutes. And then she followed a different path that would take her 50 minutes. And then my husband saw her from the phone
mm.
and immediately called her. What are you doing on so street? Is that the way to
Mm.
the house?
I like
When
that.
will you get home? She was shocked. She didn't expect it. When do you think you're going to get home? And what are you doing on
Mm.
that street? She just wanted to be with friends. She wanted to walk with friends. You understand
Mm-hmm.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm,
African parents, Nigerian parents,
Mm.
especially, we need to level up. We need to level up. A lot of things are going awry, things are going bad just
mm.
because we don't want to up our game. We don't want to level up. These children, they outsmart us 1,000 times and more. And we
That
are
is
Yeah.
still
it.
there. We
They
are
are.
still there. Once you have WhatsApp and you talk to them on WhatsApp, that's just call them on video call. African parents, sit up. Sit
Let's
up.
use surveillance. So,
All right. So we're about coming to the end of the talk show. I have a long list. You saw the list I gave you now. I have a long list, but I was just trying to to manage the time. Okay. Um let me ask this, the three of us. So how can we, I mean parents, turn relocation into an opportunity for growth and resilience in our children? How do you think we can turn relocation into an opportunity for growth and resilience in our children? Anybody can go first. I'm not calling anyone.
Okay.
Right.
Should I go first?
Please do.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. You see, one thing I love is that you grab every opportunity that comes your way.
Hmm.
Wherever opportunity you see, grab it, because there are so many streams of opportunity in this country that we can
Hmm.
tap into that can make our children grow.
Hmm.
And then as a parent, we must be all ears, like get information, get ideas, see what is working for other people, tap into it so that you're able to use it for your own self.
Hmm.
And then we must keep updating ourselves. Update yourself on regularly basis. When you update yourself, you know what is in vogue, you know what is happening there, you know how you can tailor your child, you know what you can do to help your child to grow. Some of us, when we say social media, some will think that social media is bad, but sometimes there are some good information you can grab from social media. Some
Hmm.
people that are streaming their own life story online, you could grab a little thing. I'm not saying we should sit down on social media and be watching all those lifestyle, whatever story, but information goes a long way that will help us grab opportunity, go for seminars, go for conferences. So many opportunities are out there in this country. And then I will encourage African, especially Nigeria, that we should team up to build up these children, team up to build up our own life. That is one thing about the other people. I don't want to maybe party or whatever. They team up to train their children, they team up to do businesses, they team up to do great things. So we should come together, not thinking that I'm the only one that have to get this
Hmm.
thing. I'm the only one that need this. I don't want to let other people know about it. If I get this thing, nobody will know it. So let's team up, get information, update yourself, and be prayerful. That's the number one thing. And then God will help us.
Thank you. Yeah, next,
Yeah, yeah. Can I say something?
please.
Yeah, according to the question, that's what can we do, to help these kids grow this thick skin of resilience and develop them
Hmm.
holistically, if I get that question. Yeah. Let me start by saying the only friend that my baby girl has in the whole of Old Swan and in the whole of, I mean, outside school
Hmm.
is British. And why? Somebody and another person and another person. Three families. I'm talking about
Hmm.
three adults.
Hmm.
Yeah, elders have called the mom, and the mom told me that why are you allowing your baby girl to have the only friend she will have is from here? And she has always told them the same thing that me, the father, has always told my wife, that you deal with every individuals in their individualities, according to one of
Hmm.
my professors in university. Yeah, you don't generalize people because perhaps you have had it bad or ugly with some set of people, then you now judge all of them by that. No.
Like that.
What if someone else from that same culture that they did you ugly things is gonna be your savior? You never can
Hmm.
tell.
Hmm.
So, and that is how I judge every situation. Now, what happened? I now asked my wife, anybody who asks you, we have faced Bege from this particular factor that The only friend she's got out of school is British. And that, in fact, that young girl, yeah, and the entire family, they will come pick up my baby girl. They will take them to Blackpool, take them. I'm telling you, while we will
Wow.
try to do same, we try to do same as well on a regular. Now, how did it begin? It started by the grandmother, the paternal grandmother, stays around, down the street here. She just walked up to my wife and told her, that was about 2 years plus ago, and
Mm.
told her that, please, after careful considerations by her and the father of this girl,
Mm.
they have now concluded that in fact, that they have been so meticulous about watching how families around the whole streets, how they were culturing their own kids at the same age of that young girl. And they have come to decide that, please help us, allow us, that we match our own daughter to be playing with your daughter, because we like how you
Wow.
have been culturing your daughter. Honestly, ask my wife. That's why that happened.
Wow.
So I now told my wife, see how they came. It means that these guys, because the mama now went on to say, I'm on a live show. I'm saying it here. Now, the mama went on to say that she doesn't want that her own baby girl to vape. She doesn't want her to drink. She doesn't want
Wow.
her to go. Do you understand?
Wow.
So then why are you understand, why are we being castigated by people out there? I don't know what they have seen. So let us face life according to individualities.
Mm.
And that has been it. So what I'm trying to say is this. See, the friendship of my girl with that young lady has gone a long way to cement all this my daughter needs to know in a very
Mm.
shortest, in a very shortest period of time. It quickened. Do you get what I'm trying to say? It actually
Mm-hmm.
quickened because, in fact, it's a best friend. In fact, they do things together. In fact, the dad, the grandmom, and all of them, they buy. In fact, whenever they buy things for that a friend, they buy her own. Whenever do you understand? It has just
Mm.
been like that. Now, my wife and the family, and me and the family were like this now, very
Wow.
close. Now,
Fantastic.
this takes me to the conclusive part of this question. Would you believe that, I believe it was because I know my daughter very well. It
Mm.
was as a result of this a new horizon of friendship
Mm.
that has engendered her to call me and the mom and talk to us during her last birthday. But she actually came to me first because she's she you understand, she's
Yeah.
closer to me than
That
the mom
daddy
myself.
daughter. Yeah.
My dad, and please, is there any way you can help build a school back home? I said, wait,
Mm.
will I just see why? And I said, well,
Hmm.
just what's the meaning of it? Because in fact, she didn't reason like us at times.
Wow.
And I was like, well, I just see why, what, that's when I was, you understand, back home, the kind of education, like what, one of our moms, I've said it here, I've said it here earlier, that the level of education there, I think it was doctor that said it, that over there is just kind of fostering it on the
Yeah.
kids. But
Yeah.
why here you make it, they make it
Yeah.
open-ended, kind
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
you understand. They tailor it around, the skills,
Their
innate
interest.
abilities, and all of
Yeah.
that. So, but this my young girl, believes that the one here is more advanced that all her friends. She just feels that all of them should enjoy what she's enjoying. I say, wow, I was
Mm.
broken. I was broken when when I heard that. The mom was like, wow. We now did something. Immediately, you know what we did? I
Mm.
now asked the mom, I said, well, you have many printers back home because she's a singer. She prints, she used to print this flex and all of that always, posters. Oh yeah, ring any one of them. Are you still in talks with them? She said yes. Ring any one of them. Is there anyone who could help us do like notebooks for her birthday, whereby we will crest, perhaps put a picture and take to her two nursery and primary schools she attended back home. My wife said,
Wow. That
wow.
was thoughtful. That was very thoughtful.
And we asked her, would that, she said yes, she was just jumping. Yes, because
Mm.
she's always in talks with those, her friends back home. through the
Hmm.
proprietresses, through the proprietresses. They used to, of course, they used to call her regularly to, to ask after her and all of that. So we now used the
Hmm.
medium
That's a
of
good
the,
school.
of the proprietress one and proprietress two to reach out to the two schools. You understand? And we took those notebooks there in hundreds. We printed them in hundreds, in bundles, then just to dedicate it to her birthday. And they thought it was just a mere dedication, but they didn't know that we are trying to build this resilience, this empathy
Empathy,
for,
that's the word.
yeah, for her generation that she has
Hmm.
developed. We are trying
Thank
to
you.
build on that to help her grow in that line. Yeah, yeah,
Wow,
yeah.
wow, wow, wow. Thank you so, so much. Thank you so much. Mrs. Blessing, do
You're
you want
welcome.
to say anything about that? All right. So thank you so much. It's been a wonderful time. And really, home is where love is, regardless of the location. Home is wherever we have built love. That is home. It is not
Mm,
the location that is home, right? And
yeah.
every move is a journey. And the truth of the matter is, you see, these are our children. With time, they will adapt. They will adapt. But it is whatever we have made home to be for them that they will
Mm,
adapt to. So they will adapt either positively or negatively. I'm not praying
mm.
yours adapt negatively, and mine won't too,
Amen.
by God.
Amen.
So
Amen.
let's
Amen.
keep raising them with love, with empathy. Let's keep doing that. I'm just going to ask for one last word from each of you, under 1 minute each. One last word before we call it a day. Mrs. Blessing, I'll start from you. Mrs. Blessing,
Okay. Okay,
one
what do you
last
want me to say?
goodbye message.
Like, okay, yeah. Sorry. Like you
No
rightly
worries.
said, at home is home, and we are in abroad. We should build our children and culture our children properly at
Hmm.
home before going out. You know, it's good to put our children as in the culture that we have back from home. We should please put our children together in the house before they go out. Let's call them properly. As parents, all of us should try as much as possible to put our children in the way that they should go, the best way. God will help us. It's not easy as a parent here in abroad, but we believe with God all things are possible. But let's culture our children properly. Let's train them in the way they should go properly, in the way of the Lord. Let's make them know the right thing to do. When they want something that is not possible, it is not possible. Stand firm as a parent so that our children will not lose the gap when they get out there. So let's be firm. That's what I would say as a parent. Let's be firm. Let's stand
Thank you,
on
ma'am.
our feet. Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes,
Doctor,
ma'am.
Yeah, my is just to encourage every one of us that number one, we should just be prayerful, pray for our children, and then we should be determined that we are here because we are here, and have a positive mind. We are here to take over. We're going to make it. Our children will make it. So we should go for it, and God is with us. Thank you.
thank you. Pastor, sir.
Yeah. I have imbibed a culture with my wife that why is it that anytime we put on our Yoruba attire and we are going between our house and wherever we are going, our destination, the number of British, Irish, Scottish, the whites that would adore it and that would say, "Oh, you look gorgeous,"
Hmm.
are way more than when I am dressed like this in their own form. When I go out, they don't.
Hmm.
So, and my wife is like, it's true. Anytime she puts on that, that Yoruba stuff, African attire, she gets
Hmm.
these accolades here and there. And I
Hmm.
and I keep telling her, let's imbibe the culture of translating that, even by extension, over to other areas of our African lives abroad, including our language. It means that they really, you understand, they really appreciate us. But what about we ourselves? Do we appreciate ourselves? The answer for me, I'm a researcher, is no. Many a times, yeah. Many a times, because the majority carry the vote. Many a times, many African parents, they just leave their kids like that. They believe they are being westernized. That is the best. I am not saying it's not the best. So, for the sake of balancing, I would advise, that we strike the balance. But look at me, man.
Yes,
Look at
sir.
me. Let this one be the westernization, while this one is our Africanism. Westernization. Let this one be a bit
Correct.
taller than that. It is
Mm,
important for those who are just coming in from, from outside. They are coming on. Don't be scared, because a lot of people are scared that
yeah.
they won't go there with their children. Their children will spoil. No, it depends on how you handle your children on a daily basis. When you go to pick them at school, ensure you ask them immediately. That's what we do. What's happened today? Every day we don't miss it. Then you build these children, and honestly, you'll be so shocked. What the Bible says, that build them in the way of the Lord, is
Mm-hmm.
not just to be teaching them the name of Jesus, the name of Jesus. No, 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 and biblical things. It is extended to even other aspects of their lives, and God will help us.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We've been able to cover a lot this night, this afternoon, right? Yeah, ranging from emotional responses to social responses and all that. I really want to appreciate everyone that stayed tuned. Thank you so much. Yeah, we are rounding off now. I got a lot of cues from everything everyone has said, and I want to encourage everyone. Please don't forget, home is not the location. Home is where love is built. Okay?
Mm,
Home is where love is built. And um, change is never easy, although it can be very exciting. Change
Hmm.
is never easy. Change can be helpful too, right? So let's embrace change, and let's help our children as well to embrace change. Yeah, not absolute change, not the kind of change that we take away their cultural identities. If there's anything you are
mm,
going on with this night, I mean this afternoon, not the kind that will take away their identities, right? Let's appreciate our community. When you see someone like you, someone from Nigeria dressed like a Nigerian, please appreciate them, and let's seek more opportunities for growth. I want to encourage parents. You see, moving up, we did not just move abroad for moving sake. We didn't just move abroad for moving sake. This move is a journey, and it should help us to explore more. Let's help our
mm,
children explore more. I don't want my children to just come here to know only about the B culture. I want them to know about the Indians. I want them to know about the Chinese. I want them to know about everyone. Let's help our children explore, because the more we open them to knowledge, the more we help them explore, the more they are gaining wisdom for themselves, the more they understand how to navigate themselves around different people, different culture. So thank you so much for joining us. And yeah, until the next Patid. The next Patid may not be online. I'm not promising it's going to be online. I think we want to have the physical one. We're planning towards a physical one. And I'm bringing, at least, if not all, almost all our guests, we are bringing them back for the physical one. So until the next one, thank you so much, everybody who has joined, and a big thank you to our guest for today, Mrs. Blessing Ogundairo, Dr. Folashade Silva, and then Pastor Ayokunle Akinshete. Thank you so much for your time. It's been an amazing one. I enjoyed every bit of it.
Thank you.
I
Thank
enjoyed
you.
every bit of it. If there's anything
yeah.
I can do to pay you back, please let me know.
Ah,
Sure,
Please
you'll
let
pay
me
back.
know. Yeah. So until next time, I am still
Thank
your
you.
host, Opeyemi Balogun. Thank you so much,
Thank
everybody. Thank
Thank
you
you.
so
Bye.
thank
much.
you.
Bless you
Thank
all.
you.
Stay
Bye. Thank
informed.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 Bye.